So, how would you describe the series in one sentence? What is it about?
DriveGet is about two people who start their own rideshare app.
And
I feel like if you're watching this video, you would have seen the series.
I believe it was a summer text sent from Griffin to I that said, "What about a thing about Uber?"
The comedy in DriveGet is like very similar to something like Wet Hot American Summer, which is something that I really enjoyed. So when I read the scripts, I was like, yeah, I want to be a part of this.
Read the scripts, Riley.
I do remember that.
We're almost done shooting and he doesn't know the scripts.
I thought, well, I might as well actually read it this time. And I did, and I laughed out loud, which rarely happens when I read a script.
It's pretty dumb in places, but obviously, like, I'm good friends with both of them. I lived with Steve in second year, so I knew what to expect coming in. But I was actually really, really blown away when I read the scripts. I really, really enjoyed the humor.
It's pretty meta at a lot of points. Pretty ridiculous and absurd at a lot of points as well. I don't know how to describe comedy, but it's funny.
I think I like the idea of a viewer who is more, like, they know more about television than sort of the average person. So, like, my parents will watch this and they'll probably think it's kind of funny. But then, like, if a fellow student would watch this or someone who is in the business would watch it, they would get more of the referential to the fact that we're making a television series or a web series joke.
What are you saying?
It's not like a super rich narrative or anything. It's just kind of like, hey, we have this kind of now this open door to be like, who do they pick up? What happens after that?
The people who wrote it because it's like it was their baby and they wanted it to be a good project in itself outside of class, not just because they were writing it for class.
Steve is very good for keeping me grounded, kind of, when it comes to scripts. He'll say, no, this bit is too dumb, and usually it will be, as much as I don't like hearing it. He is a fantastic writing partner.
I try and push myself now to not go for the obvious joke or not go for the easy joke, because it's a lot of trying to impress Griffin. Like, it's like, what would he do in this scenario?
I think trust is so important with the production. Not only with trusting every individual that they are on top of their game and letting them do their thing, but also trusting in yourself, and especially when it comes to like writing and directing. If you think something's funny, it probably is, and it will translate on screen.
I feel like everyone's super talented at what they do, and I, respect everyone's opinion. So, in the projects that I do going forward, to look for working with people that I respect and sort of who I aspire to be as skilled as.
I think a big part of DriveGet was the fact that like the actors sort of played it straight. And so we came up with the idea while we were preparing for a pitch that we would also film it sort of straight, if that makes sense. We really tried to film it like very cinematic and made it almost shot like a drama, or at least that's what I was sort of aiming for.
That sounds dangerous. Well, hope it's not.
Riley was a great help on set because he also has a bit of an audio background, so he knows what sounds good and what won't, and he understands the importance of recording dialogue well.
So you know the plan, you're going to stick the boom in as she pulls to a stop. Okay.
I would help out in probably getting stuff like a PA. I'd say I was probably like the PA on set, and I'm really glad I could be around to learn from these guys because I've never been on a shoot like this before, especially of this magnitude. So it was kind of like my own little film school 101.
I've never been the only editor on a project this large, it was really exciting to work on something like this, to kind of have not full creative control, but be in charge of like at least the initial edits and kind of take all of the compliments from the guys when they see it back, and it's really nice.
We realized how well this group works together. Like, it was kind of like I don't remember the exact moment, but just Cassie and I were like, this is gonna be really fucking awesome. Am I allowed to swear? Sure, this is gonna be really fucking awesome.
Our actors got along so well with our crew. They kind of became friends with us, and we did not have to worry about them. Like, we took care of our actors, but we did not have to worry about their needs because they were on the same page as us for everything.
There's a lot of auditions, more scheduled than actually showed up.
We're auditioning, don't film this.
But still a lot of people we saw, and we came away with 3 awesome leads. We got Vasilios Philippakis.
I'm a sheep.
As Anthony. He is kind of this puppy dog character, very enthusiastic, willing to go along with everything. Vasilios brings a kind of grounded sense to that. He makes it seem not so cartoonish, which is kind of what we wanted. And on that front, Hannah Brennan.
I'm hungry. Do you have snacks? I get hungry every day.
As Tess really also did an awesome job of playing everything straight, everything dramatic, which is really what we needed. We needed actors for this. And Blue for the Chief. I think he originally auditioned for Anthony. We were like, maybe a little old, maybe a little serious. Oh, that's perfect for Chief. And so we brought him in. And I didn't realize he is also hilarious in his own right.
Laundry. Yeah, laundry day. Know that game.
We knew that they were our leads when they auditioned because nobody understood the comedy going into the audition right away like they did. They understood the universe. They just knew how to play with it kind of thing. So they were just perfect in that sense that they just knew what to do.
They have a very natural chemistry together. Like, they immediately hit it off. On our first day of shooting, there's a picture that we released that is of them just cuddling together in a blanket. They'd known each other for like a total of like 2, maybe 3 hours at that point. So together they really bring something to the screen.
Nothing really matters. That's a good stopping point. Okay, we're ready to go. Get that slide in.
Not all of us were necessarily really close with each other at the beginning, but I would say that now we're all pretty good friends with each other, so it's been a great experience. And the crew, like when we're shooting stuff, by the end we were all just like joking around, but there was like a nice sort of flow to it all, and everyone knew when we had to be serious, but we could also just kind of hang out afterwards, and it was always fun, so it was great.
There really wasn't much separation of crew and cast. It was really more just one big group. We were all trying to make something. We were all together. We were all having fun. It really wasn't like there was any kind of division there.
I mean, I think probably the most telling example of that is that like we had like a sleepover, which I didn't go to, but there was a sleepover.
It was the first real thing that I've worked on that hasn't been for a professor to mark, kind of. Well, it was, but it was more than that to everybody on set, and you could really tell by the way we worked together.
DriveGet is on a level of comedy higher than anything I've ever worked on, and also it looks better than anything I've ever done, and it's something that I've been like the most involved in. It's like something that's taken over my life for the last 70 days, and I am just so excited to show everyone who I left out of my life for the last 70 days what I've been working on.
We're rolling in.
What are we talking about? What did we just finish doing? Oh, we finished DriveGet. Yeah. We finished wrapping principal photography, and we're pretty stoked. Yeah. We're all stoked. I don't have to see these guys again. Woo!